Colm and Lucy Podcast with Colm Hayes and Lucy Kennedy.
From Nova.ie and Radio Nova.
Welcome along to another Colm and Lucy podcast. And in this particular podcast, what would you actually do for money without being too rude? We're going to talk about that. Also, we're going to talk about knockers. Yes, door knockers. Apparently, they're not being sold anymore. And we speak to people with door knockers. Our man at the movies, Clint, is in to review the Queen movie and also have an interview with one of the stars of the movie, Alan Leach. We talk to, and not necessarily talk to Harriet the Donkey, but talk about a singing donkey. We raise a hat to John Reynolds, who passed away sadly. Peter Devlin, his friend, will be talking about the legacy the man has left. We'll be speaking to a man who's bitten by a shark, and also Halloween around at Lucy's house. It's all on the way.
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
Now, okay.
Go on.
Just firstly to say, with our friends in the 12th Lock Boutique Hotel in Castleknock, an amazing hotel, down on the historic Royal Canal, we have a dinner to give away, so you can decide which dinner you want. It can be in Brown Steakhouse in the Blanchardstown Village.
Oh, fancy schmancy.
Yeah, tasty Italian, Castello Bruno in Castleknock.
I do not know the Italiano, stuck like that.
Italiano is a very good restaurant, a very good pasta, like your mama makes, huh? And also the Modern Irish at De Brun's Castleknock. You can choose which one.
Yes.
So if you're texting us in at 087181800 or WhatsApping us, we'll pick somebody out. Now, I don't know how people are going to text in for this, because this is something I read about this yesterday, and I thought we could have a little game, right?
Yes. Because
people do play this sometimes. So it started off with an article in the paper which said that the average person would break their best friend's leg for €5,500.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know how they surveyed it.
Not a good friend.
No, I don't know how they surveyed it, how it came about, but it's one of these crazy surveys. So they went around and basically they said, like, how much
to do X.
Like, say somebody came to me and said, look, okay, how much would it take you to break Lucy's leg?
Right. Well, while we're on the subject, how much? Keep in mind that I am a kung fu artist.
You are, in fairness.
Yeah.
I probably, because...
You wouldn't be able to.
I know you value both of your legs.
Yeah. Most people do.
Value your legs.
Yeah.
€10,000 for one leg to break it.
Wait a second. You'd actually break my leg.
For 10,000.
The answer there, as a friend, would have been no amount of money.
Ah, sorry. A trick question. No. There has to be an amount.
No.
But it's only a slight break, and it heals, and I'll give you half the money.
But how would you break my leg?
Just standing on it.
What do you mean you stand on my leg?
I'd put your leg, I'd lean it against the wall and just stand on it.
Oh, God almighty.
Clearly, I've thought about this. But what I would do is I'd give you half the money. I'd give you 5,000.
I don't want 5,000.
Okay.
I'm walking around with a broken leg for 6 weeks. I won't be able to do my job.
So, then I went online to see what people would actually do for money, okay?
Okay.
So for €1 million, would you change your sexual orientation?
Now, when you say would I change my sexual orientation, do you mean would I fix my wimwams?
No. Presently, you're attracted to boys.
Yes.
Would you live a life of only being attracted to girls?
Nah.
And go through the whole physical campaign as well?
What do you mean physical campaign? Like, even Clint is shaking his head. Where is this going? Do you want to find out, am I that way inclined?
No. I'm asking you, would you change it for €1 million?
No.
You for $1 million?
No. Of course not. I like boys.
$1 million?
Yeah. Would you?
Would I do what?
Would you change for boys for $1 million?
It's in all of your life? But I've had a good run of stuff so far. Do you know what I mean? What
do you mean? You've had enough of the ladies.
I've had my fill of girls.
Have you had your fill of girls? You ready to go? Are you?
Good morning,
Are you
Anne.
coming out of the closet?
No.
Oh my God, switch off. He's coming out of the closet.
This is the game. See, this is the game. No,
But this isn't a game now. Are you saying that you would become...
No, I wouldn't. No, I'm not going to be gay for €1 million for the rest of my life, if that's what you're saying. No, that's not going to happen. $1 million, though. Okay, would you eat raw badger for €3,000?
No, not enough.
Okay, really?
No.
Raw badger?
Yeah. 3,000?
Yeah.
Colm, you are so cheap. Like, your standards are awful. I'd maybe eat raw badger, and I mean like a thimbleful for $1 million.
$1 million? Ah, oh, come on.
Okay. 10 grand. Yeah, I wouldn't do it for 3.
A leg.
3's not enough.
A badger leg. Raw badger leg. We take the fur off it. This is the game.
30 grand.
Okay, 30 grand. It's yours. My God, there's somebody out there, please, some philanthropist of some style that has money to burn, please offer Lucy 30 grand to eat a raw badger and we could do it live on air. This would be amazing. I'll do it for less. Please.
Okay, my little hungover friend. Keep going. Go.
Would you do... Okay, this is a good one.
Yeah.
For €25, would you pass wind at a policeman?
No! I'm not going to fart at a guard for 25 quid and get arrested.
Well, you don't technically get arrested.
Well, I wouldn't do that to the authority. No.
Okay, so...
Next.
Well, this is actually okay. For 20 quid, would you do a shot of vinegar? Yeah.
Oh, not 20 quid. Not 20 quid.
It's just cheap wine.
Like 200 quid.
But it's basically just cheap wine. No, I'd do that. And the passing wind of the policeman...
Would you do that?
That's happened.
What do you mean that's happened?
Well, it's clearly happened at some stage.
You have gone over to a Garda and purposely farted in his face.
No. I've probably passed by a guard at some stage and at that moment passed wind.
Out of terror.
Yeah, I'm a bit nervous because you always are when you pass a guard. You always think something's wrong, you know?
Yeah.
Or possibly when they've stuck their head in the window of the car, I've probably gone, hello, officer.
Jesus. When is today over? When is this over?
So, I don't know how we're going to play this game.
How are we going to play this game? Okay, the question is not would you fart at a guard. The question is...
How much?
How much...
Okay.
How much would you do something for, and what would you do?
See, people have played this game, so if you want to get in the game at all, we don't know, but if you want to, 087181800.
Yeah.
You can text us or WhatsApp us. And for the most interesting one...
Yes, what would you do and for how much?
Yeah, you can choose your dinner. You can either go to Brown Steakhouse, Castello Bruno, or the Modern Irish.
Okay.
And I've convinced Clint that this is going to work, Clint. The texts are just going to fly in now. They're already coming in.
Nothing so far. Cue tumbleweed.
Okay.
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
I'm doing a full I'm a Celebrity challenge for my football club. I'm doing it for nothing because I'm an idiot. That's Brian McKim. I don't know why you text that in, but anyway.
That's a good thing to do.
Yeah, okay. No,
karma, that's karma. That's good stuff will happen to you. Don't know why I'm stuttering over here.
I would do a bungee jump naked while suffering with diarrhea for €1,000. Truth be told, I'd probably do it for the price of a kebab.
Okay, come on. That person is definitely got to get something.
Cheap date.
That is brilliant. Do we have a name?
No, I can't see. Oh.
Okay. The guy who wants to bungee jump naked with diarrhea, you are definitely getting dinner.
Is he?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
So get in touch with us. You can either go to Brown Steakhouse, the Tasty Italian in Castleknock, or De Bruins in Castleknock.
Okay.
But my other favourite is from Garrett McCabe, who says... I would do a better job than Colm for half the money. Garrett, you've also got yourself dinner for two up for grabs. There is pretty much yours. Brown Steakhouse, Tasty Italian, Castleknock, or Modern Irish De Bruins in Castleknock. And he says, sorry, Colm.
Okay. That's it then. Where is he?
He's on the road.
Well, he can come in now because I'm not going to do anything now. That's
brilliant! It worked!
I'm just going to press this button and leave.
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
John Lewis have decided that they will no longer sell knockers for doors because people don't want them anymore.
Yeah.
People are going... I suppose one thing is so many people now live in apartment blocks, and also people like the doorbells, which are even attached to little CCTV. So the day of the door knockers seems to have gone almost. Mm-hmm. It's a sad day, really, for Ireland.
Sad day, yeah, pretty much.
It's a sad day for Ireland. So we did ask people if they wanted to send us in a picture of their door knocker, or if we could hear their door knocker. And this is, with thanks to our friends at the 12th Lock Boutique Hotel in Castleknock, we will decide on which we think is sort of the high quality door knocker.
Yeah.
And that you can have dinner down in Brown Steakhouse in Blanchardstown Village, Tasty Italian at Castello Bruno in Castleknock, or the Modern Irish at De Bruins in Castleknock. Castleknock, I know. Castleknock.
Did you get it, Colm?
Yes.
Did you get it?
No, we did that an hour ago, Clint. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, but for new listeners.
Okay.
Castleknock.
Castleknock. Castleknock. Bernie sent us in a little audio of her knocker, right? So
yeah.
Bernie's out in Perrystown. She's on her way to work now.
Hi, Bernie.
But she got onto our WhatsApp and she sent us this.
Interesting.
Now, what happened at the very start there? There's sort of a stumbling noise and then the real knocker.
I think Bernie fell onto her door.
Good, so have a listen again to and then the way it goes. That's a double knocker, if you ask me. That's an old school double knocker. Thanks, Bernie, for that.
Thank you, Bernie.
Deirdre, good morning to you.
Good morning.
How
Good
are you?
morning.
I'm good, thanks.
Good.
You're in the car at the moment with the kids?
No, not with the kids. My husband's at home with the kids.
Oh, your husband's at home with the kids.
Right.
Where are you heading off to, Deirdre?
I'm doing a course today down in Bray.
Okay, excellent. Now, Deirdre, you have a door knocker.
We do, yes.
Okay, and how long have you had that door knocker? Have you had it as long as you've had the door?
Yes, we just moved into our house in August, and we got a new door put in September, and we got a door knocker on the new door.
Ah, all right.
Okay.
Okay. Now, did
And
that...
we wanted to keep the traditional look, and we thought a door knocker was a traditional look.
Okay.
Yes.
It's an old bungalow,
very
red
nice.
brick bungalow, and
Okay.
we thought the door knocker would look nice on it.
Now, of course, you're in the car now, obviously hands-free, so you can't
Yeah.
knock your door, but we can go live to your house now, to Rory. Good morning, Rory.
Good morning.
Good.
Hi, Rory. What's the story?
It's good. It's good.
It's good so far, yeah.
Rory, you sound a little bit sleepy.
Say hello to Deirdre, your wife.
Hello, Deirdre.
Morning. Hi.
The last time I'm letting you out.
No dirty talk, please, guys. No dirty talk. Family show.
Okay. So the thing is here, Rory, you are now the man at the knocker, yeah?
Yes.
You're the knocker man.
So do you want to hear it in
Well,
action?
could you describe it for us, please?
Yeah.
Well, it's a silver knocker.
Right.
I think it's called a knocker style knocker. If I seem to recall looking at the brochure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
you,
knocker.
you had a knocker brochure?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It was a bit embarrassing asking for that in the shop.
I'd say it was, yeah. So, and where did you get it? What shop did you get your knocker in?
It was Supreme Windows in Donamead.
All right, okay.
Okay, I know them.
Good choice. So, it's a silver knocker, and what colour is your door?
It's light grey.
Light grey.
Nice.
Nice, very
The gaff
nice.
sounds nice. New house, like it.
Yeah.
Bungalow.
So, Rory, can you give it a big old knock?
Sure.
Jesus, Rory, stop trying to wake up the neighbours.
You do sound like you're very far. Are you very far away from your door?
No, I'm out beside it.
Can you put your phone up very close to the knocker as you knock it, please?
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
That's good.
Deirdre, can you confirm that that's your knocker?
I can, yes.
Okay.
This is honestly the strangest thing I've ever been a part of.
Okay, so, well, listen, okay, well, that's a good knocker. It's a silver knocker. It's on a great door. And you know what? I think we've gone far enough for this. We're going to give you lunch. You've got
Yes.
lunch or dinner. So you can head up to
Thanks very
Brown
much.
Steakhouse in Blanchardstown Village, or the Tasty Italian at Castello Bruno in Castle Knock, or the Modern Irish at the Bruins Castle Knock. And just to finish as a finale, Rory, if you'd like to give it a really big knock, please.
Okay.
Thank you, Rory. You may
Okay,
now
Rory.
go to work.
Rory, thank you very much. And Deirdre, your day is complete, okay?
Thanks. And just will you remind him to bring the kids to school, please, on his way?
Okay, Rory, bring the kids to school, okay? Don't
Okay.
make any mistakes. And obviously
Yes.
then have a bath running, food ready, and
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Maybe you even need to remind
Thanks.
Rory that he's kids, okay? That's the first thing, all right? Okay, Deirdre, Rory, have a good day.
Great, thank you.
Take
Bye,
care.
guys.
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
The views I've been holding on for the last week or so, I can finally spurt to you both.
About
Wow,
the movie
okay.
Bohemian Rhapsody, yeah.
Yes, because
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to see this last week because
Yeah.
I got to interview one of the stars. The man who plays Paul Prentner, the man who broke up
Yeah.
Queen, pretty much, is played by Alan Leach, a lovely Irish actor,
Oh,
Yeah.
dear God.
from Killiney. He's better known probably for fans of Downton Abbey as Tom, the chauffeur.
Yes, I love him. He's hot.
And they're making a movie about it at the moment.
Downton Abbey, the movie.
So we talk about that. We talk about loads of things because he met Queen while filming this film because the boys were on set
Okay.
most of the time to make sure everything was being done.
Really?
Yes.
Okay,
There's a
wow.
great story coming up from Alan Leach about meeting the boys.
Yeah.
But extraordinarily, he has to play the most hated man in music, arguably. And, you know, for a lot of fans going to see this film, they won't be liking the character of Paul, played by Alan. So I started by asking him, how did he sort of feel about playing the man that is the man that broke up Queen?
It'd be very hard to like Paul Prenter because of the things that he did do in life and the ones that are depicted in the movie. So, you know, sometimes you have to take on those roles and know that you're not going to, exactly as you say, people aren't going to be, I suppose, talking about him. He's the guy who kind of messed up the hero of the piece. But but it's also a great challenge to take on those roles.
And what was it like being in the presence of Queen then? I mean, you would have to have at least known their music, whether you liked it before going into this movie or not, I'm not sure, but being in the presence of the boys.
It was brilliant. I mean, I actually grew up, my dad would always play Queen if we were going on long journeys as a family, and so I was very aware of all their music, and so that was exciting in itself when I was going to be part of the movie. But then seeing the boys, and also seeing Brian May and Roger Taylor, who were on set, watching them and being part of the filming of such iconic moments within their history, like the first time they were on Top of the Pops, the making of Bohemian Rhapsody. And we had a really bizarre moment where Brian May came to visit us, and he was looking at where we were filming the making of Bohemian Rhapsody, the song, and he stood and he took the guitar, was showing Gwilym, who plays him, a little chord progression where he's like, oh, this is how I did it. And then they said, why don't we just turn over? You're only an eyeline anyway, so Brian, why don't you just stand and play, the Bohemian Rhapsody and play that moment? And suddenly I was watching Brian May pretend to be Brian May while he pretended to record Bohemian Rhapsody. So that was pretty surreal.
What an amazing moment.
Yeah.
And there is so many amazing moments in this film, like things you can't believe actually happened, and the things... what was the thing for you, I guess, that stood out as, wow, I can't believe that this actually happened, or this was part of Freddie's story?
I think learning about Freddie's past and his family was really stand out for me. And as you've mentioned, the Mary Austin storyline and how close they were, and the fact that actually when he passed away, his estate was left to her and his cats. So that was quite a remarkable thing to learn. But as you say, there's the fact that they really were, and the song Love of My Life was written for her, and they really were love of each other's lives. The fact that maintained and what she meant to him was something that I had no idea before I made the movie.
Now, Alan, I can't let you go without asking two big questions. When are you coming back to Ireland? And two, the other big thing you're working on at the moment that fans of another type of thing will be very excited to hear, the Abbey film. Can you tell me anything about either of those two questions? When you're coming home, do you know? And can you tell me anything about Abbey?
I would love to come back and do some work at home. So I'll be home as soon as someone says, Al, do you want to do this?
Okay.
And the Downton Abbey movie, what can I tell you? It's a much bigger story because we have to go from the small screen to the big screen. And Julian's done a great job in creating scenarios that definitely cater for that. It's going brilliantly well. I was with Maggie Smith yesterday, and she was in flying form, and she did a thing. Every day you're on set with her, every day's a school day, and I was schooled again yesterday.
I can only imagine getting told by Maggie Smith that I'd be honoured.
Who do you think you are? I know, yeah. She's a great woman.
Appreciate your time, Alan. Really, thank you.
Very much. Cheers, Clint. Bye.
G'day. Bye-bye.
Oh, you remembered your name.
Yeah, what a good gig from making the Queen biopic to doing the Downton Abbey film. That's not a bad few days' work.
But again, as I said in the movie last night, which I thoroughly enjoyed, he played the baddie so well. Yeah. It's so convincing, really, really. And looked like Freddie Mercury, like the whole moustache thing. But
being watched by the guys who were actually there too in the background while being filmed. Like Brian May's there watching, making sure you're doing the right thing. Yes. Extraordinary.
Make sure you break up the band the way it really was broken up.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Now, I got to say, I didn't quite fall in love with the film.
Right.
And there were moments where I just thought, come on, it really wasn't that Hollywood. It really, it was a little bit too quick and a bit too glamorized. I'm sure there was a bit more dirt to the Freddie Mercury story. So I'm going to take a star off for that. So only 4 stars.
4 out of 6.
But
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
Well, that's okay.
But the Live Aid stuff, if you like it, just the Live Aid 21 minutes alone is fantastic. Worth seeing the movie for that.
When you said to me, if you want to get home a little bit early and you could slip out when the Live Aid thing starts, and I could not leave my seat. No. It was absolutely stunning. And they made a special set for that apparently as well.
They
so
built
it's
the
just
stage.
It's just absolutely
21
brilliant.
minutes that particular scene went on for.
Yeah, every band in Live Aid was allowed to, you could only do 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So you had to fit, they basically fitted their entire career.
It was like a mega mix.
Into 20 minutes. It's stunning. It's absolutely stunning.
Bohemian Rhapsody in cinemas now.
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
This has got the internet into overlord. Overlord? Overlord. It's a donkey from Connemara named Harriet. It's a lovely name for a donkey. I think if I had a donkey, I'd probably call it Harriet. And if it was a boy, I think I'd call it Harry. Harriet is capturing the hearts of people around the internet. Irishman Martin Stanton helped usher Harriet to fame after he posted a video of the Irish singing donkey. And I went up on Facebook over the weekend. He said, I visited the beautiful Harriet today. She could never hee-haw like other donkeys, but apparently she's now an opera singer. So he put a video of Harriet singing. So I'm going to play this. And what you got to keep in mind is that this is an actual donkey. Okay? This is not a woman. This is not a lady.
We'll put this up on Twitter.
Here we go.
Colm Lucy K.
So here we go. Here is Harriet, the singing donkey. And I'm not too sure what song Harriet is singing.
Sounds like Harriet's crying. Harriet needs a puff of my Ventolin inhaler.
I was listening to that earlier on, right? And it reminded of me a few years ago when you used to smoke.
What?
It reminded me of you when you used to smoke.
Ah, good joke. Go on, do Harriet again.
That bit.
Okay, I have so many questions from Martin Stanton, who is her owner. Like, how did he know that she could sing? How often does she rehearse?
And what song is it?
And what is the song?
Well, I think I've got the song, okay? I think it's the Tom Jones song.
Which one?
It's the start of Please Release Me, Let Me Go. Please release me. Let me go.
Colm, that is actually going through my head. Please turn it off. Oh, I've got a headache.
Okay, we need to post that.
Harriet
the headache.
Harriet, I don't know, take a lozenge.
Would Harriet get the golden buzzer on Ireland's Got Talent?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It's Nova.
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
And sad news still reverberating around the music industry. Concert promoter John Reynolds died suddenly at his home in Dublin. The 52-year-old from County Longford was found dead in his apartment in Milltown. And Peter Devlin's on the line. Peter, morning to you.
Good morning, Colm.
Peter, John was a good friend of yours.
Yeah. I don't know, nearly 30 years now. Great friend.
Actually, I was thinking the last time I actually met John Reynolds was with you, because John came down to one of our Nova Discovered nights to look at some of the bands. You were there with him, yeah? That's
right, yeah. And he was always, looking for new artists and just to showcase people. He was a great man to introduce, people to new music. To new DJs and to new clubs and festivals and experiences like that,
I mean, as you said, you knew him for so long. So bring people back to like those early days of John Reynolds and the music legacy that he's left.
Well, the first club was a pod, and that was in, I think it was 93. And even when he was describing what he was trying to do or going to do, I couldn't really get my head around it until I saw it finished. I saw it in construction, but walking into the doors of that club was like walking into a different world. The bar design, we'd never seen anything like it before. I know this word visionary is thrown around a lot, an innovator, but he really was. He changed the landscape so many times for bars and pubs and clubs and venues. And even though it was a small venue, it was always a really evolving lineup of eclectic, performers, artists, DJs. It could be an underground DJ from London, or it could be, like I saw Prince and Bono on stage there. In front of 200 people. But he was always thinking of the next move and the next big venue, which he moved to then the Chocolate Bar, and then the Crawdaddy Club, and the Red Box, which became a big music venue. But then, he always wanted to innovate again. He brought the whole idea of the boutique festival to Ireland. That was 2004, I think.
2004. I was just actually checking it there. Yeah, 2004, the first electric picnic, which for everybody, we never saw anything like that before in Ireland. We never saw that level of attention to detail, that boutique style. And it wasn't just about making money, it was about having a really good time.
It was so memorable always.
Yeah, they're amazing.
And actually, that's a good point. He wasn't a money man, and he wasn't after fame. He wasn't even looking for any kind of thanks or acknowledgement. All he wanted to do was to create events and, magical events and memorable events. I remember he showed me a proposal that he drafted to send to Kraftwerk, where he wanted to put a concert on in Lugalaw, which is beside the lake in a valley in Roundwood in County Wicklow. The most bizarre location. Yeah. But he sent beautiful photographs and he said, I want to create a real event. And they agreed to do it, the only European concert that year. They said they would go to Wicklow and play this concert because of the proposal that he sent. Now, 3 weeks before the gig, the place was washed out with torrential rains and flooding. But, most bands would have just taken the money and said, no, you can't provide our venue, so we're just taking the money. But they appreciated, how much time and effort he put into it. And they agreed to move the venue, and then it happened in Kilmainham, and it was, again, spectacular. Yeah. Just like the Leonard Cohen concerts there and over in Sligo and Lisdale. Yeah. It was always about creating a really special occasion and something that was memorable for people.
For me, Peter, he kind of replicated, for what I would have known of him, what was going on in London, Berlin, New York at the time, that really cool night scene, that club scene, and also, like you're saying, boutique gigs with kind of eclectic, kind of ensembles. He was so good. A visionary is a great word, because he was so good at bringing something we never had in Dublin. We always had either the kind of dirty old man pub or the kind of not so great nightclub, and he really brought something special.
Yeah, and he was always travelling. He never took holidays. But when he'd say he'd go on holiday, but he would go over to Coachella and he would check out bands and he would meet with promoters and agents and artists, and he was always working. He didn't take any time off. So it was always 24 hours a day. Yeah. The only time he'd always say this, we used to play five-a-side football, and he said it was the only hour in the week when he switched off. And wasn't thinking about work. He was a workaholic.
Yeah. Kind of obsessive as well, probably.
Completely obsessive. Right.
And his new project had just taken off the ground last summer in Waterford, the new festival, which so many people had gone down to the festival and said that this was now the new coolest festival to be at. Yeah, altogether now, which was something else. Yeah.
But he's this year was one of probably the best year he's had in a decade, because we were at a gig recently, a couple of weeks ago, and he was, the Metropolis Festival this weekend.
Yes, of course.
The Nick Cave, the two Nick Cave gigs he did, which I still say, that Nick Cave gig at Kilmainham was the best concert I've ever been to. Wow. The Forbidden Fruit Festival was a sellout as well, and the new festival altogether now. So, and also the Vinyl Festival. So it's so many successes this year. It's just a real shock, a real shame that we've lost someone so talented, so creative, and so generous and loyal.
And very young, Peter, very young.
Yeah.
Very young, yeah.
Well, listen, again, and thanks so much for coming on just to fill people in on the life and times of John Reynolds and the legacy that he has left as well, which is really, really important. And for people who have met him, we all remember meeting him. A thorough gentleman, a quiet man. As you say, was never crazy, was never over the top. He was just a really nice gentleman that just loved and believed in music. So commiserations to his family and to his friends. John Reynolds passed last night at 52. And commiserations to you as well, Peter, because I know you were a good friend of his.
Thanks, Colin.
Thanks.
All right, take care of yourself. Okay.
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
Jim sent us a photo. What was that photo, Lucy?
The photo is of Jim's leg kind of leaning up against a wall. Yeah. I feel like he's a builder.
Yeah.
And basically there is a huge scar on his left calf.
Right.
Because he was bitten by a shark.
Good morning, Jim.
Jim.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Okay. Not too bad now.
Jim,
not too bad,
what the hell happened in Australia? Talk to us.
Well, I was over doing the year travelling, the usual thing.
Yeah.
And we went surfing down. It was on the west coast, just kind of a few miles south of Brisbane.
Who's we now, Jim? Who's we?
Just myself and a few lads. We were also over travelling. And I paddled out a few times and surfed back in, and then one of the times I was kind of sitting just waiting for a wave, and I felt something kind of grab my wetsuit, grab my leg and pulling me straight under. Oh, no. And I managed to get back on the surfboard and paddle in. It was only kind of when I got in I realised that half of my right calf was missing, was gone.
Oh my God, but were you... Okay, so many questions. Put your hand up.
No, I'm just wondering, when you were dragged under, did you know at that moment it was a shark?
I don't know. I think it was just a shock. I didn't really know what was going on. Was it current or was it a shark?
Did you kick out? Did you feel like teeth on your legs?
Hands up if you got to ask questions. I've got loads.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Getting cute.
Yeah.
I was wearing a wetsuit, so it kind of held my leg together, sort of. But
oh my God, the shark thought you were a seal.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah, from what they say that. Yeah, you look like a seal with the shape of the surfboard.
Was your wetsuit black?
It was, yes.
Lucky air.
And lesson learned.
How did you feel when the teeth went into your leg, or does your body just go into shock?
Yeah, I was just in shock. I didn't feel a thing at the time. It was only kind of when I got back in and saw all the blood and saw my wetsuit was ripped and stuff that I realised I'd been bitten by something.
Jim.
So what did you do? Did you call for Baywatch ladies or
yeah, there was lifeguards there, and they got on to straight to hospital. And I think it was 152 staples around the back of my leg.
Holy moly! Jim, was it a great white?
I think so. That's the most common one out there, I think. They reckon it probably was.
You probably didn't hang around to do a selfie or anything. Yeah?
No, I didn't swim back in to have a closer look at it, no.
Jim, don't lie. I would do this if I were you. Yeah. Do you kind of show the shark bite to the ladies?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. The amount of 3 pints I've got in pubs and everything.
Yeah.
Taking my legs out.
There's a Crocodile Dundee a bit, about this. Yeah. I love it.
There is.
Just to say as well, I mean, how long were you in hospital afterwards? Because how big? Like, it looks like a 7 or 8 inch gash.
Massive.
Yeah, it's probably more from the back of my knee, really, right down.
Oh yeah, go on, make it bigger. Why don't you? Yeah, go on.
That's it. Yeah.
So how long were you in hospital for?
I was in hospital there for a few weeks, and then I was flown home. I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks I was over there.
Wow.
Because the bones are kind of broken a bit as well. And
Jim, have you surfed since?
Only in Ireland.
Yeah.
I haven't gone out in a few years.
Right.
It's safer over here.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, we can't see your face, obviously, and that's. I'm not saying
but
that's
you
good.
sound hot.
No, it's a good thing. It is a good thing.
Can we retweet that picture? Can we put it up on our Twitter page?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. No
so that people can see that you actually did get bitten by a shark.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Jim, are you a builder?
I'm an electrician, yeah.
An electrician.
Work.
Yeah, dangerous. I like you.
Do you still get pain on the leg? Because it still looks, the scar tissue is still there as well.
I don't really know. It's kind of numb all the back of it because it's scar.
And do you sue anybody after something like that?
No. Okay. Well, I don't know. Who could I sue?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm just
well, it's insurance, isn't it? It just goes through your insurance.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen. Thanks for that. And Jim, do you watch Jaws, the movie, or can you watch it anymore?
Oh, I can, yeah. No, I still watch Shark Week and Discovery and everything.
Do you?
I do. Okay.
Look, every cloud is a silver lining. It could have been your wimwams.
Well, that's it, yeah. That's exactly
what I mean?
it. It could have been a lot worse.
It could have been a lot worse.
He could have aimed higher.
Jim, does this music put the fear of God in you?
Colm, why are you trying to freak out Jim? Colm, stop, that's really evil.
Get out of the water, Jim, get out of the water.
Jim, I'm really sorry. Colm's actually so hungover and he's just lost the plot today.
All right.
Fair enough.
Jim, I'm very sorry.
Thank you, Jim.
Colm, turn that down, you're freaking him out.
Thank you, Jim. Bye-bye.
Jim, thank you so much.
Thanks, Amelia. Come here, can I just say hello to my daughter? She's on the way to school at the moment listening.
Yeah.
Hayley.
Of course you can. Hi, Hayley.
Okay.
What age is Hayley, Jim?
Hayley was 3 on Tuesday.
Happy birthday, Hayley. You must be very proud of your daddy.
I hope so.
All right, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks for that. See you later.
Okay, no problem. Thanks, guys.
Bye, Jim.
Bye-bye.
Thanks a million.
Bye-bye. You're giving out about me playing the music.
Yes, I know, because the guy could be there before we know. Paul, like that is so insensitive of you.
It's a great piece of music, though, isn't it?
It's not.
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
Now, it's probably time to talk about Halloween, because I'm so in the zone.
I know. Oh, you've got the house done up. We were mentioning that,
Got the house done up. Yep, I've got the house done up. We've carved our pumpkins.
Well done.
And
what do you do with the little bits left inside?
I know you told me to make soup, but I just fecked them into the bin.
Yeah, okay.
It was very messy business. I had 2 on the go, Jack and Holly, and then Jess kept on trying to eat the seeds.
Yeah. You don't want it eating seeds. No.
And this is the strange thing. When the insides of a pumpkin dries on your floor, it's quite hard to come off.
It is, actually.
I was scraping the floorboards for the night. Yeah.
Yeah. Once the juice dries off.
And then I went to some to kind of Lidl and Tesco, and I got the big bags of sweets. And then we bagged them up as well last night.
So you're ready to go?
Oh, we're ready to go.
You're ready to go. It's not next Tuesday. Wednesday. Is it Tuesday or Wednesday?
Yeah, but still, I'm I'm busy between now and Monday.
Would you have a lot?
It's next Wednesday.
Will you have a lot of callers to the door?
Well, this is it. And I'd love to know other people's thoughts on this because we did up 45 bags.
45?
Yes, no, honestly, we live in a cul-de-sac. There's a lot of kids and a lot of the local kids come around.
Yeah.
But I remember falling short about 4 years ago. And it must have been Holly in my tummy, so maybe 6 years ago, 7 years ago. And we ran out of sweets, so I started making pizza.
You started handing out pizza?
Yeah, I didn't know what to do.
Wow.
I was very heavily pregnant.
Yes.
And
was
I pregnant with Jack? Yeah, I started handing out pizza.
That's bizarre.
Literally, yeah.
So I'd say the next
Slices.
year, did people come with like, do you have a menu? You know, can we see? I don't like that.
No,
we had
they
the pizza
didn't.
last year.
Actually,
Didn't like the pizza.
It was like, don't go into the crazy pregnant lady's house again.
45 bags of sweets. There's
45 bags of sweets.
Man, there's word going around now. The south side. Kennedy's house is the place to be.
But we all have to up our game. Like I remember, like when we moved in 10 years ago, maybe I do 20 bags.
Yeah.
And one 9-inch pizza. Now it's 45 bags of sweets.
Right. What about monkey nuts? Do you give monkey nuts?
Nah, don't be so mean.
See, that was the thing. Originally, it was monkey nuts.
No
I used to de-shell them for the kids, going, look, this is special. They're de-shelled. Don't have to worry about it.
No.
There's a little bag of just tiny little nuts.
Just sweets. Just sweets.
Just sweets. It's the one night of the year.
I'm actually really, really annoyed as well. Some local cat who I know, he knows I don't like him and he doesn't like me. He did a poo on my ceramic pumpkin.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
How in God's name he managed to get up there, I'll never know. But
it's probably quite comforting to his bottom. Do you know what I mean? Because ceramic, I'm just thinking about it. Not that I'm a cat, but it probably has a nice sensation off it.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'd move that, or maybe put something on it like a bleach. Yeah.
No, I'm going to find the cat. I'm going to wait for the poo to go dry and then I'm going to throw it at it.
Don't try that at home, kids.
No,
Go
only
on.
joking.
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
That's it from the Colm and Lucy podcast. We'll have another podcast up next week. And remember, you can join us live on the radio. Radio Nova, Monday to Friday, 6 to 10.
The Colm and Lucy Podcast. Seriously addictive podcasting.
From Nova.ie and Radio Nova.